This is Solomon Davis from Right Side Trading, where you can learn to trade on the right side with confidence. Today is July 11th, 2016, and I want to share my second quarter results based on this basic, NASDAQ trade that I've been doing. The trade is first 5 minute candle at 9:30, and then that's the market open. Trading a future contract. If the candle is green, I trade up. If the candle is red, I trade down. I sell short. Let me bring up a disclosure, like quick, do that before we get into any of this stuff. And you know, this is for educational purposes only. We offer no guarantees. Read this disclaimer. Trading is risky. You can and will lose money. But this is something that I'm doing for myself and for others to see if we can actually help. Visit our blog. I post pivots. One of the indicators that I use is the pivot. That's the main indicator that I use on this particular strategy, and it is growing. So let me switch back. Let me switch now to slide and get into this. Like I said, this is my quarterly trade review. The day is actually July 11th, and I'm just reviewing the trades from April through June. So that's April, May, and June. Okay, as I was explaining, this is a NASDAQ morning trade that I do based on a 9:30 open. I look at first 5 minute candle and all, and based on that candle, if it's red, I sell, I trade down, I sell. If it's green, I trade up, I buy. I look to make at least 5 points on this trade, or I can lose 5 points on this trade. But like I said, I want to make more than that 5 points. But it's basically a one-to-one trade. And a lot of times on the loss side, once my trade gets profitable to that 5 points, I bring it to a break even. Trying to see if it's going to actually give me more points. I have some of my trades out there. You can look at my trades and see what it is. See how it actually does. Also on this trade here, if the first 5 minute candle is a doji, that means it's $1 less between open and close. It's a no trade, because that's kind of like a no decision in the market. It doesn't really give me a direction which way the market may be going. I don't want to take a guess. Is it going up or going down? But this is the basic, of this strategy. I also have a little bit more advanced strategy that I do, where again I look at where are you? What has the market been doing? Where are you near pivot? What event just happened? What's going to happen within the next hour, within that first couple of hours of the morning opening? Based on that, I may do something different. But let's look at the numbers. Here on this trade, there was a total of 65 days that was actually tradable when you want to take out the weekends, holidays, and I think I might have had a few vacation days, might have cut it down too. I did take vacation during that time. Based on that number, I had, based on the basic strategy, not what I actually trade. This is another thing, because I did it both ways. It was the first time I did this, I did it just based on the basic strategy and doing that. The basic strategy by itself, just looking at it and just looking back at the chart and see if I was able to trade this here, trade this at this high, or trade this at this low. Did it go 5 points or more? Those percentages on those trades actually ended up being really pretty high. So I knew it was a good strategy. But then the next step, once you realize that you have a good strategy, can you actually trade it? Can you actually place a trade at the point that you really want to enter this trade? Can you actually really get out of this trade at the point that you really want to get out of this trade for a profit or for a loss? And that's what I did this time around. This time around, I changed up a little bit, where I say, I'm actually going to take these trades. I'm going to take these trades virtually, or I'm going to take these trades real. And I did. I mixed it up. Just to let you know. But these numbers here are all based on, these numbers are based on virtual and real, and these are all the trades. I think this is all 65 trades. If you add those numbers up, that does add to 65. I didn't trade all 65 days myself personally. I ended up, that's all 65 trades there. And then my real numbers was a little bit less than that. It was actually 80% of that is what my number. My numbers were like a trades taken of available days. Mine was actually 85% of actual trades taken. This here is taking out the no trade days. So that's, again, the no trade days. I'm looking at my numbers. If there were no trade days, I didn't count that in my percentage. So my percentages actually comes up a little bit higher the way I look at my numbers. But with this, I just want to have it all the numbers there. And you can see all the numbers, and you can play around with them the way you want to. This is the way I took them. I said out of the 55 days that was available to trade, I was only able to take 80% of those trades based on not being able to take the no trade days. Based on those win and loss, trades, wins over win plus losses, it was 60%, successful type trades. And that's 5 points or more on that trade. Stop and losses and stops was 30%, of the trade. But on the stop loss thing, a lot of times a loss doesn't have to be 5 points based on the way I did this study. Because again, a lot of times if I got to 5 points, I bought it to a break even. A lot of times I might end up getting stopped out at a break even, or it may even went higher than the 5 points. A lot of times the way I manage my stop, if I go up 2 points, I bring my stop up 1 point. I go up another 2 points, I bring my stop up 1 point. So that's, again, how I manage my trade. And these are the numbers right here. And I'm going to see if I can click on my spreadsheet. And I'll slide my spreadsheet over. And let you see how I did this right here. So with my spreadsheet here, you can see where I keep track of my trades. I kind of like counted down what direction was the market going in, what direction was the market, was it up or down, or was it a no trade? Then was it a losing trade, or was it a winning trade? And that's how I actually track things. And the thing was, I remember we had times where we had like 3 losers in a row, things like that. Sometimes people are interested in that. But and that happened a couple times. So that's the thing about any kind of trading strategy. When you're trading, can you handle those losses in a row when you start getting those type things? And you might have had some no trade days before, and you only had it like out of the last 2 days, you had 3 losers and 3 winners. And that's why you got to kind of learn to manage your losses and keep those losses small. But that's how I kind of play with the numbers. I want to show you the numbers, and so you can see how this strategy is working. Contact us if this is something that you're interested in, and we can help you with it. And definitely we can get you better numbers than what you're seeing here. I actually have better numbers than what you're seeing here when it comes to win-loss ratio. So this is Solomon from Right Side Trading. This is our quarterly trade review for April 2016 through June 2016. Visit our website at Right Side Trading, and contact us if needed, and you can learn to trade on the right side also with confidence. Talk to you later. Bye.